Testing. Testing. Hello. Hello.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. Finding life along the way, melodies we haven't played. No, I don't want no rest. Echoing around these walls, fighting to create a song. I don't wanna miss a beat. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
Summer in the hills, those hazy days I do remember. We were running still, had the whole world at our feet, watching seasons change. Our roads were lined with adventure, mountains in the way couldn't keep us from the sea. Here we stand, open arms. This is home where we are, ever strong in the world that we made. I still hear you in the breeze, see your shadows in the trees, holding on. Memories never change.
The silhouette's burning, embers rising high, like a chemical fire. The flame won't die. Intertwine, darling, you and I. barely scratching the surface. This obsession of mine is fueling the furnace. I'm up all night and we intertwine. Darling, you and I, and my heart beats cold under your control. Just a false echo. I'm a ghost. Did I lose my mind in your mercury eyes? Am I going blind? You're the reason why. And my heart beats cold under your control. Just a false echo. Did I lose my mind in your mercury eyes? Am I going blind?
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Fillet O Fridays. You're tuning into Sun4U Radio, and my name is Joy.
My name is Jane.
And today we are gonna start with a very special segment called the Unscripted Threads.
Now, in a world where big headlines and big personalities dominate the mainstream media, many stories often go unnoticed. Welcome to Unscripted Threads, where we sit down and talk to real people and listen to their stories. No scripts, no spotlights, just voices that matter. Now, today's guest is actually someone I met during my internship period at Astro. And I thought when I met her that her story was actually quite interesting, so I thought I'll invite her on the show and see what she has to say. So, let's all give a warm welcome to our guest today, Sophia. Woo!
Hello.
Now, Sophia, how are you doing today?
I'm good. Thank you for inviting me here today. Really proud of you that you have your own podcast.
Wow.
Yeah, because I remember you mentioned like, I thought of starting a podcast, and I'm like, yeah, you can talk a lot. So
yeah.
you have a lot of opinions.
It's a pseudo podcast, not quite the podcast I imagined, but it works. So, how was your journey here today to Sunway?
Is that a question we ask every guest?
How
did you come?
Because many people have different stories of how they come.
Actually, it was quite straightforward because like I came from the Damansara area, so it wasn't that jam. But like the parking here, when I arrived, they shut down all the parkings, like the visitor parking, and I saw cars coming out. So I was just a bit like, hey, hello, excuse me, let me in.
Oh, is it because of the ASEAN Summit?
No, I think the ASEAN Summit is done already by today. But yeah, I think
I think just like I said, I think it's probably just bad timing on your hand.
Yeah, probably. But I came yesterday and it was fine.
You came here yesterday?
Yeah, for like the in-between transitional cinema short film screening that was organized by the I think the Film Society or something like that.
Was it at Monash, is it?
No, it was here.
Sunway.
Yeah,
Sunway.
Sunway.
It's a club and society.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
It's a
it was
Sunway.
by Andy Darrell Gomez, I think, one of the lecturers here for film.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay, now let's begin because this show is about you, and so we're here to talk about you and you only.
All right.
Okay. Wow.
So first, would you please introduce yourself to the listeners to tell them about who you are, what you do, what's your passion, your dreams,
Ooh,
your nightmares, maybe.
My nightmares. Hi everyone. So my name is Sophia. So I actually grew up in Petaling Jaya, Damansara. Fun fact: Jin is
Best
actually my
place.
neighbor.
Oh.
Yeah. But I didn't know he was my neighbor because his
Not
house is
really
there,
neighbour,
but like he
isn't it?
moved out somewhere. But we grew up in the same area. We went to the same high school. It's just that I didn't know
Same
him.
high school in the same year?
No, I'm 9 years older than him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
alumni.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but we do know the same teachers lah. So yeah, it's a great area to grow up in because I grew up in an area where all my friends live close by, and then it's such a like tight community sort of area because there's like a park in front of my house. Can just go there, play badminton, basketball, all those kind of stuff lah. So I grew up. I sort of actually took a lot of like a weird turn in terms of like my studies and my career. So I actually studied law and criminology at Cardiff University.
Okay,
It's
I didn't know
in.
that.
Oh, I didn't tell you. Oh, okay.
Law and criminology.
Yeah, law and criminology at Cardiff. It's in Wales, UK. So it's technically like the kampong area of like UK lah, right? But I think it's a pretty sick city. Like it's cheap and also it's very close to university. Our university is not like Sunway. Our universities is like everywhere one. So my law school was actually 2 minutes walk away from where I stayed. So I just woke up 30 minutes before class to enter for lectures and stuff like that. Fun fact, our lectures are actually recorded, so you don't actually have to go for classes.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait, what course did you pursue in the university you're talking about?
Law and criminology.
Oh, okay, and and this is in the UK, just to confirm.
Yes,
Okay.
it's in the UK.
Wait, but this was how many years ago already? But
Oh, that was like 7 years ago.
7 years ago. But I'm surprised they had online classes back then. Even like 7 years ago is quite long already. It's like before COVID, right?
They actually recorded all classes, like all lectures, and then they put it on like our blackboard, and then we have access to listen to it. So usually for lectures, which are usually like at 9 a.m. in the morning, I wouldn't go. But tutorials, you have to go. So 9 a.m., 8 a.m. also, you still have to wake up and go. That one, your attendance is counted. But this is only solely for the law school. For criminology school, your lectures are not recorded, so you have to go. Accounting and finance school also, it's like only recorded for like 2 weeks. Then they take it off already. So yeah, it depends on the school that you go to lah.
So you could say like it's a hybrid system where how many days per week do you have to go to school?
Oh, sometimes 2. Yeah.
Shook.
So it's like a study holiday for you. Really.
Yeah, study holiday. Actually, we all had to do a lot of self-study lah. So when I went to lecturers to ask them like, hey, can you check my paper and stuff? They're like, no, do it. Like we can't do it for you. If we do it for you, we have to do for the rest of the students. I'm like, isn't that your job? But okay, whatever.
Right. So what else, like what was the experience like studying overseas other than the hybrid learning system?
I think a lot of people have this romanticized idea of like, oh, studying overseas is like, wow, great. I mean, yeah, it's great. But at the same time, also, I think you need to be super independent when you're there. Like, you're far away from family. You're going to miss home a lot. And you have to... And if you didn't grow up cooking for yourself, you have to learn how to cook. And then you have to eat the food you cook lah. I mean, I think I cook fine. But I think... in terms of like friends, you kind of like learn like who is really there for you, who isn't there for you, sort of thing. You also kind of like find who you really are as a person, like what you like and what you don't like when you live on your own, like how you organize your life, your life plans, and then you have to figure out like, oh, what's next for me. I think that's something that people would usually take note of when they study overseas, or even like in university in general. I think the fun part is that you get to travel everywhere. It's just that as a student, you're always on a budget. So I actually worked part-time when I was there as well.
What job did you do?
I was actually a barista at a vegan cafe.
Vegan?
Yeah, I know.
Are you vegan?
No, I'm not. No, I mean, at the time,
Barista, okay.
at the time, everyone was like, everyone wasn't aware of like oat milk. So when I was there, I was telling everyone, hey, oat milk, damn nice. And then my friends were calling me like a weirdo. And then now everyone drinks oat milk. And I'm like, what the fuck? But yeah.
Maybe let's talk about your passions, because you were in law and criminology, and now you're doing is something completely else.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you obviously, I know you have a passion to make short films. You've always told me you want to make short films, even though you told me a lot. I think the whole time you're telling me, I don't think you actually, really did anything.
Excuse me?
I don't know.
I did, okay?
Like in the-
you didn't watch.
in the few months you were telling me, I want to do this, I want to do this. I was like, and you're like, and then I was like, you're not really doing it though.
Yeah. He actually nagged at me. He was like, maybe you should quit your job and then do
well,
this
I
full
mean,
time.
you should. So, but where did that passion come from originally? Like, where did that interest came from?
Actually, I've always loved performing arts and like film since I was a really, really young kid. I think it grew. I mean, it started out like maybe when I was 3-4 years old, when I was already like watching TV and then doing art on the side. I actually had to go for like art classes during the weekend and abacus classes. Yeah, Asian parents thing,
abacus?
you know.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
abacus.
Abacus.
Yeah lah, that mathematical thingy
the
lah.
maths one.
Yeah.
Okay. I never.
I don't know how to describe it.
I don't know whether I'd rather go for that or for Kumon, but I think that was fine. I think, yeah, so my passion started from there. So I've always written like plays and stuff. Even in university, I did write a play based on like folklores. So in Cardiff University, the Malaysian Society, every year we would like perform like a musical performance that we will hold at least once a year. And these performances are usually like, Malay dance, Indian dance, Chinese dance, everything incorporated. And then it will be based on a folklore. So the first year I was in there, we actually did a story about Cik Siti Wan Kembang. Yeah, it's called Ratu Kelantan. And then the following year it was Panglima Awang. And then the following year was Raja Besiong. And the last year that I wrote was the Borneo Princesses, which is based off Putri Santubong and Putri Sejinjang, which is an East Malaysian folklore lah. So yeah, from there I sort of like figured like, hey, actually I really love doing all these things, but unfortunately like Asian parent things and also like probably the market for film is very like volatile. Like you don't really have like a permanent job in film. You're always on the go. You're like a freelancer. Yeah, and I think that's the difficult bit, because like how can you sustain your life being a freelancer? I mean, there are people who has done that, great, but at the same time it's also like if you have a certain lifestyle, then of course that may be something that you have to consider lah. Yeah. So in terms of like passion and like short films and stuff, I started doing it like 3 years ago, 2022. 2022.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 years ago, yeah.
that's good
Yeah,
math,
it started off because like as a mixed race person myself, I'm Chinese Malay, so like I was talking to a few friends, and then a few friends of mine said like, yeah, they don't really have a platform to like tell their stories of being mixed and stuff like that. So a friend and I we came up with this social media account called Nasi Campur Tales, mixed race, right, like Zap Fun and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So like from there we started collecting like stories of mixed races to put on our platform, and then one day I realized like actually people don't really like to write their stories, they prefer to talk. So I decided to do a documentary, and it all started from there. Yeah, so we have like we did one documentary series called I Am Campur, which is I Am Mixed, and then following on I started dabbling more into narrative shorts. Yeah.
Right. I do have a question. So, you've written all these different stories. Are you like a script writer? Are you a director? For those that are listening and you don't know much about film, usually in film there is different like roles and positions. Like just in group work, there's a director, there's the producer, there is the script writer. So yeah, which one were you?
I think I'm all.
I
I mean, we're on a budget.
I see.
I think at first I'm more towards writing. I prefer writing. At first, I didn't want to direct my first ever narrative short called Dear Penny. I only wrote it, and I actually approached someone else to direct it. But that I think with stories, sometimes some people just can't relate to it, and when they can't relate to it, they of course wouldn't choose to do the project lah, right? So I spoke to my co-founder, which Rina from Nasi Campur Tales, and then she said like, how about you do it? And then I'm like, I don't really have the confidence in myself to do all this technical stuff. Like I don't know shade it, or can you say that?
It's okay. Every week we kind of accidentally slip the word.
okay.
You
You said it twice.
So it's like a weekly thing.
okay, everyone's here is adults anyway. So like I don't really know like the technical bit and things like that. I only know how to write, and or like train actors on like how to act and stuff like that. But directing is a whole new level. So but anyway, I wanted the story to go out, so I eventually did it lah. Yeah, so I did directing and script writing, and now actually I feel like maybe I should pursue more directing work as well, just to train myself lah.
I thought you said you want to be an actor as well.
Yeah, that too.
Oh, all in
I
one.
want to be everything.
You have appeared in. You have technically an acting credit, no?
And yeah, I mean, I appeared as an extras in a few TV series and also acted on stage as a theatre actress. But I prefer like sometimes to be behind the scenes, because that's where like usually the magic happens. Actors and actresses also like they make the magic come to life, but also like I would like to give credit to the ones behind the scenes lah, that they are the ones who they are like the very core to that magic, right? Like you wouldn't have Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning with Tom Cruise flying off the cliff with his motorbike without without a crew of people like building that thingy where he has to like ride his motorbike off. So yeah, I like being behind the scenes lah as well.
But do you want to be like Tom Cruise? You know, Tom Cruise is very different. Now in the position he's in, he gets to like control the whole movie set. Basically, he's an actor producer, so
It's like Ryan Reynolds as well.
Yeah.
So whatever he does, whatever he wants, he gets. You know. So
Yeah, one day I'll get there. I always told Jin I'll win an Oscar one day.
Wow.
I don't know what I say to them.
He's like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, sure. Now with Nasi Campur Tales, right? So speaking of Nasi Campur Tales, now you told me that this is still an ongoing project, obviously. So. What do you hope like the impact Nasi Campur Tales will have actually doing this?
The impact that we hope to have is basically like to really get Malaysian stories out there. I'm not fussed about the kind of stories that people want to come and tell me, be it whether you're mixed race or whether you are not mixed race, that sort of thing. As long as like we get like stories that are very truly Malaysian out there, and also like stories from all walks of life. Very generic, I know, but like I think topics that concerns like social, the society and things like that, the impact that we want to have is to actually create conversations between people, be it about mental health or, about the underprivileged. And because I taught in an underprivileged school before, yeah, fun fact, I was a teacher. Yeah. So when you teach in these sort of schools, you kind of like listen to so many stories, but their stories are not out there. And I really would want that to make an impact to the public, to create conversations lah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How big was your is your current team for Nasi Campur Tales?
Not
Campur.
Campur.
Oh, sorry. I'm not. I'm sorry. I'm Singapore. I'm sorry. my
Actually, a Singaporean guy said, "Hey, what's nasi campur?" I like campur.
My bad. Hey, listeners, make sure you pronounce it right. Campur, right?
Yeah. Sorry, what's the question again? Like how big?
Like how big is your team? Your current team? Who else are you actually working with?
Actually, usually there's like 2-3 of us. I'm obviously like leading it, but there are a few people who are constantly there. Like my my creative team, like Arman, and then there's Rina who does like the content stuff, and then Yupin who does the producing for the short films and stuff like that. They come. They are usually there when there is a project itself. So it's not like constantly like there's a project, but when there is a project, then they'll be there. But there are also like familiar faces who are in and out sometimes. But whenever I need help, they're always there. Yeah.
Are there any other current projects that are ongoing for your team?
Oh yes, we actually finished a short called Kawan. It will be out soon. Probably next month. It's very, very short as compared to like Dear Penny or Ayam Campur documentary. We are also working towards Ayam Campur series 2. And also right now we are working on this short film, which is to me a little bit more bigger. It's called Kisah A, which means the story of A. And the topic, it has to do with child grooming, cyber grooming, because like I studied criminology back then, right? And when I was doing one of my research was actually about cyber grooming, and I realized like in Malaysia, you really need to like put the awareness out there, especially when I was a teacher. And then there are laws here and there, but it's not like enforced really well, and people are still not very aware of this topic. And I would just like to put it out there because of like in the current world, digital world, is like super influences the kids lah. So yeah, I think it's a very important topic.
So quickly, so for all these Nasi Campur Tales, could you maybe tell the listeners like where they can find sort of your short films, what platforms do you use to present them?
Oh, actually, we just use Instagram to put out all of our details there. Where we upload our short films will be Vimeo. It'll go on YouTube soon lah. Yeah.
So it's under the name, I presume under the name Nasi Campur Tales, right? All the accounts.
Yeah, we are also like working on our latest merchandise, which probably not sure when, but maybe August lah.
Yeah, you're wearing the shirt now, no?
Yeah,
you are wearing the shirt.
Yeah, this is the old one, but this is the second. This is a second well designed, but we are going to rebrand like the logo and things like that lah. So if anybody would like to like come and like help out, feel free. I'm always like open to newcomers and brainstorming ideas together, because I feel like it is also a space where people could share their ideas freely with no judgment and things like that. I think it's very important because I'm learning and I want to learn with people who want to learn lah.
Right. So if like any listeners right now would want to contribute, help, or like reach out to Sophia, what's the Instagram handle?
Nasi Campur Tales.
Yes, exactly that. Not Campur, Campur.
Nasi Campur.
Yes. All right. So we have like a mini game that we usually play with for every guest that
It's like
comes.
a sort of ending.
Yeah, to like kind of wrap everything. It's 2 truths and 1 lie. Have you played it before?
Yeah.
Yes.
I feel like you have a lot. That's why I feel like this
Oh
game is
my God.
suited for you. I feel like you
His
have a lot.
idea.
You have a lot of stories. So
Yeah, I always tell Jin one.
so do you think you can come up with 2 truths and a lie right now?
Oh,
Then we will guess which one is
which one is
the...
Oh, okay. Right now.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Okay.
You can say anything. Honestly, I'll probably believe you. Honestly.
Okay. I've been stuck in a snowstorm in Iceland. That's number 1. Okay, number 2 would be Okay, number 2, I would I've met Obama, Barack Obama, the president, and number 3 would be number 3 would be
Snowstorm.
Are you giving her ideas?
number 3 is that I have a younger sibling.
Okay.
Oh no. Well,
I mean, you know Sophia.
I know one fact to be true. I think that the one I know to be true is probably the most shocking one, actually, which is I'm pretty sure she has met Barack Obama.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I thought that was the lie.
Oh,
Yeah.
when do we reveal?
Oh,
wait, hang on.
After we get
okay.
We'll
So
guess,
we guess which one's the lie,
we'll guess
right?
the lie, yeah. She's stuck in a snowstorm in Iceland.
Usually the first one is always the truth.
Is
By
is that
statistic.
psychology? Yeah?
Yeah, because you can think of it very fast.
She has a younger sibling. That one I
Do you have
I know
siblings?
she has siblings.
I have siblings.
Oh, we just don't know whether it's younger or older or the same age.
To be honest, I don't remember. I know she has I'm pretty sure she has an older brother, but I don't know if it was a younger one.
Are we
Honestly, I
overthinking
don't
this?
know.
Okay, which one are you calling? I'm calling Barack Obama.
I think it's
it's a lie.
I think younger sibling.
Okay, which one?
Okay, so the lie is that I have a younger sibling.
Wow,
the
you
youngest.
met Barack
Yeah.
Obama.
Yeah, I know it seems very far fetched, but
Can you
like
say that you met him now? Yeah, you're allowed
yeah,
to say.
yeah. I mean, like the NDA is like 5 years ago, so
Yeah,
who
the-
cares?
expired.
So someone recently told me something similar. Someone also said they met Obama at the same event. I think.
Which event is in
Really?
Malaysia?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's in Malaysia, but he
It's
came
It's
twice.
very secret.
Yeah.
Don't know how
we
she
can't,
got-
we
I don't
can't
know how
say
she
it
got
on.
invited, to be fair.
I see.
I mean, I was invited because I mean, like it had to do when I was a teacher 5 years ago in this Teach for Malaysia program. Haha, shout out for y'all. But anyway, so I was working on a project to like renovate this, refurbish this abandoned room in my school, which nobody wanted to do, which nobody wanted to take, and then they say got bats lah, what lah, all fake lah inside. I mean, fake news lah. So I wanted tables and chairs. So Teach for Malaysia has this like opportunity thing where we can apply for, and they said like there's free tables and chairs, and I was like, oh, of course I want free tables and chairs, and then I applied for it, and then suddenly Epic Homes started calling me and saying like, oh, can you come to like Sungai Buloh, Damansara Damai on this day? Then I was like, for what? Tables and chairs only, right? And then they were like, no, we're building it. I'm like, okay. I mean, Epic Homes builds houses,
yeah.
but I didn't know about tables and chairs.
You work for it.
Yeah, then they asked me to sign an NDA. Then I saw Obama Fellowship Foundation
Wow.
logo. So I was like, okay. So I signed it. I know he was in Malaysia, but I know a few of my other friends met him also because they are part of the fellowship.
Right.
But I didn't think that I would meet him. So suddenly the PIC for Epic Homes on that day itself, he was like, okay, Barack Obama and Michelle Obama, Julia Roberts and Lena Condor might be here.
That's crazy.
So I was like, I looked at them like, you're joking, is it? And then they were like, no. And I'm like, okay.
Wow.
Yeah, so I entered I wasn't allowed to take pictures or anything. Only Obama's photographer was allowed to take pictures. And then when he came, right, suddenly everyone in normal t-shirt, put on their blazer. I'm like, oh, this is the Secret Service, is it? Oh, okay.
Suddenly,
Yeah.
like the power, the aura when
Yeah.
he walked in the room.
Yeah, but it's kind of crazy that Obama was just in Damansara Damai.
Yeah, it was
Right.
crazy.
Just in Malaysia.
Yeah.
Such a low.
Nobody knew. But yeah, he spoke a bit with me and I was like,
Oh my
starstruck.
God.
Then after that,
Well.
over.
Anyway, we're actually running short on time, unfortunately. So I want to say thank you, Sophia, for coming to our show today.
Thank you so much for
Yeah,
coming.
we wish you all the best with nasi campur tails, of course.
Yeah, get my merchandise.
Support.
Support. Yeah.
Anyways, and to our listeners, always remember that everyone has a story to tell, and that means you. So don't ever think that you are worth any less than anyone else. You're listening to Fillet O Friday here on Sun4U. Stay tuned for more after this break.
it's all in your hands. I'm too busy, I'm spending all my time with you. Driving through the states, don't know what awaits. It don't matter, I'm spending all my time with you. I'm spending all my time. I'm spending all my time with you. Oh, I'm spending all my time. I'm spending all my time with you. I've seen your smile light up the darkest rooms. I'll put your love on top 'cause I know you will too. You get more beautiful like flowers bloom. I've never felt this yet, it feels like deja vu. So you can let your hair down. I'll hide all of your worries away. And we don't have to go now. I wish I could live this life on replay. So you can let your hair down. I'll hide all of your worries away. And we don't have to go now. I wish I could live this life on replay.
Good morning, Sunway students, staff, and listeners from beyond. You're listening to Fillet O Friday on Sun4U Radio. I'm Joy, and right now you're listening to the Sunway Profiles segment where we dive into the profiles of students and staff from Sunway University and college into stories of personal achievement, standing out, and being fearless right here in our Sunway community. Today, we are incredibly excited to welcome a very, very special guest. Please give a warm welcome to Dr. Catherine Lee. Hello.
Hi everyone.
Thank you for joining us today, Dr. Cat. To start, maybe you could tell our listeners a bit about your journey into the field of communications and public relations.
Okay, I've been teaching this discipline, in particular public relation specialization since 2000. And I started doing this because of my bachelor degree is from the media studies discipline. Therefore, we have a few specializations which I took under my undergrad. I did PR and also broadcasting. So when I started to move into my career, I decided to teach more about public relation because it's something that builds relationship. It's something that makes your clients, your stakeholders know how to use communication in achieving their business goals. So that's how I have it until now.
So you've been in, how long have you been teaching?
Oh, this is my 24th year, I would say.
Wow, that's over 2 decades. And what first drew you into teaching and research?
Okay, so as usual, I'm an undergraduate. I would never want to be a teacher or a lecturer. But after graduating from my bachelor degree, then I actually saw this advertisement that says that they would sponsor my master's program.
Wow.
So that's
in
why
Malaysia?
In Malaysia, from one of the institution. And the study was to go overseas to do my master for a year in the UK. So when I received this, I saw this ad, so I applied to write in. And one of the thing that you need to do after they sponsored you is you're bonded and you have to teach. So that actually started off my teaching career. But after doing that, I felt that I like teaching then.
So you took a degree in communications.
Yeah, my bachelor degree is in media studies.
Media studies. So you must have got like 4.0 and then they sponsored you.
I would say average on that. But of course, they are trying to build up talent. That's why they wanted to sponsor students to do their postgrads. So my postgraduate is in the UK and in communication studies.
Which school was it in UK?
In Sheffield Hallam University.
Wow, that's in London or like
it's a Midland.
Midland. I see. Yeah. Okay. Congratulations on your book. I heard it from my team. Public relations in Malaysia, correct?
Yes.
Yes. When did you start writing this?
Okay, it started off with me and a few of my so-called colleagues that time, and also educators in PR, because we're really not able to find something that is purely Malaysia. We do have a few, but they are not specifically just public relation, because we have books that goes into corporate social responsibility, ethics, crisis. So there's a bit some different portions of PR. So we worked together somewhere during 2019 or so. Then we are stopped because of the COVID. So I think it started off quite early in 2019. Then we start working on it again in 2021. Then more closely in about 2022, 2023. So when we go through that to the publisher, which is Sunway University Press, so we have to follow the queue as well, because we do publish a lot of books by our Sunway University Press. And then it is finally done with all the design and everything. That is launched this year. So we don't have yet the formal launch yet, but this book is available for sale this year.
I see. What inspired you to put together this book, this collection?
So as I said just now, there's a gap. We found a gap that we are not able to find something that is more localized, because if you can ask those students who are studying public relations, mainly it's based on American context, because we use a lot of references from America. And we also refer to a lot of books that comes from Australia, UK, and other parts of the world. But in Malaysia, we're hardly able to find one that could actually helps the students who are in the diploma level, in the undergraduate level, or even master's or postgraduate level, to understand the context of Malaysia. So that is where it gives us a call to say that scholars and also educators in public relations who are teaching in the Malaysian institution, please write something that represents the Malaysian context of public relations.
I see. So writing this book, you hope to benefit the students, professionals, and educators. Which one do you think will benefit the most?
I think mainly the book is more skewed towards for students. So students can come from all ranges of level, that comes from certificate, diploma, up to postgraduate PhDs. But we also intend to give it to us. I mean, the benefits will also helps the educators, the lecturers who are teaching public relations, so they can have a local source. And of course, we also hope that the PR practitioners in the industry would also able to refer to some of it, because the content are mainly from our research works that interview with the practitioners, educators, and students. So it actually helps these different three stakeholders that we have. Of course, mainly the students will benefit of all.
Okay, I see. In your process of writing or editing the book, what was like the most surprising or eye-opening thing that you realized?
Oh, I see that working with scholars are not easy, because you would see our scholars and educators' life is not just what people would think. Lecturers just teach and then after class they go home. I doubt so, because we have to go across different things that we do. We teach in class, we mark, we prepare, we create new programs. So one of the things that surprised us is, out of all this schedule that we actually work, 24 hours is more than that. We find that this amazing co-authors that work with me can able to come up with this book as well. And we also needs to get data that comes from the industry, which is not very easy, because some of the data that we hope to ask, or some of the information during interviews or surveys that we request from them, is quite PNC.
I see.
Yeah, so what is surprisingly is some of them are able to help us, because those people who are now, some of them are directors of some PR agencies. They're very kind enough to give us interview sessions a few times. And then as I said, that main thing is the collaboration between the authors on this book, as well as the support given by the practitioners or people that we interview in order to complete this book.
I see. So let's talk about the book itself, the content. I'm pretty sure that I think it's a common topic, and as our communication students, I think we always are faced with the challenges of public relations in Malaysia, and I think you might have covered it in the book. What do you think there are the biggest challenges faced in Malaysia regarding PR?
Okay. When we say public relations, if you read from other references which comes from America and also the Western countries, they will say that PR is equivalent to publicity as well as strategic management. But what has been practiced commonly in the PR field is mainly just take it as someone to help solve the problem when issues, crises arise. So public relation is in the picture when you have issues, problems, and you see more issues coming up very frequently because of the social media and also digital world. But I see public relation is not just merely to solve issues, or some other students may think that I like public relation because it runs events. I can run around, I can work 24 hours on building something, a passion of running events as crew, as technical teams. But I see public relation as the management level more into planning strategically, how to build good relationship with your stakeholders, representing your client. So in this book, we have 8 main chapters. Basically look at the introduction, that means give people the understanding of what is PR. And PR can be defined into 2 aspects. One from the academic point of view, which is from the scholars' research that they do. But PR definition also comes from practitioners or the professional part of it, those people who runs and conduct PR activities all their life as work, as a career. So we actually put in the different perspectives of PR from the point of scholars, researchers, and from the point of the professionals. We also talk about the historical evolution of PR since Malaysia gets independence until now. And we also covers most important part of PR, which is the processes. We start to do research, we plan, we communicate, and we evaluate. Then also, of course, we have some chapters that focus on more critical stuff like crisis. We also talk about PR practices to deal with different stakeholders. And of course, last but not least, on the technology part, because we won't want to ignore the use of technology. And lastly, look into education of PR in Malaysia. So these are the 8 chapters that we have in this book.
I see. I think I heard someone talk to me in a very layman terms, right? People often, like what you mentioned, people often think about PR like the post event, and then there's a pre-event where you plan and stuff. So it's like would you say it's more of a, or people could define it as like a prevention instead of a cure to certain situations?
It comes in both ways. Okay, when things doesn't happen, then of course prevention is better than cure. But sometimes you cannot avoid things like Murphy's Law. Sometimes happens, it will happen, right? So what happens is when it happens, you need to overcome it, minimize the impact, and of course trying to evaluate what you can prevent in future. So it actually comes from pre, during to post. So this is how you look at it as an overall thing.
So right now you are teaching communications, and I think I had to do a bit of research before we conducted this radio session lah. So I heard that internal communications is one of your areas of expertise. Is that correct?
Yeah, I like to research on the areas of internal communication because to me, internal meaning your employees. Your shareholders, or even those people who have a stake in your organization. Employees are a group of people that very easily take for granted and been avoided by the management, because to them, ultimately, external audience are more important because they bring direct sales. They bring in direct benefits or the profit and gain. But I felt that if you can win over your internal audience, they will work as your brand ambassador. Actually, your employees are not just your employees that you pay the salary for. They are the people who use your product, use your services, and they are guaranteed of sales because they would get some benefits from discounts and so on. But then you will guarantee your employees would also buy your products and services. So these people are the one that you should care of, because when crises happen, they were able to be the ambassador to tell other people that why you need to support this organization. So I felt that employees are under-researched, under-taken care of, and they should be the priority. If you want to have happy customers, you have happy employees.
That's very true. So I would say that like you mentioned that organizations take it for granted, right? And I've read online that it's often very overlooked, internal communications, and it definitely it is a very big matter. especially for big corporations. How about just curious and maybe a bit off the question mark here. How about small organizations where they don't have like the resources to hire the best PR manager? Would leadership be a very big thing?
Yeah, they do, but sometimes we find that leaders should also have the public relations skills, because if you have a big organizations where things are more I would say more formal, and then you have a PR department or a corporate comm department or branding department. These departments are mainly deal with external, but in most organizations we have human resources department. So human resources department would also hire PR graduates or communication graduates, because they deal with training, they deal with working with internal publics and so on. So I see that even though it's a small organization, whether it's just a company of just 5 staff, but you also need to ensure that your staff are well taken care of, and that can come directly from the managing director or the leader themselves.
I see.
So that could also happen as long as you have what we call the PR skills. The PR skills is not so much on talking about it, but it's more on how you plan, manage, and build good relationship that give beneficial relationship to both you as a source, as an organization, as well as the receiver, which are internal or external audiences.
I see. Wow, that's definitely very interesting. There's a lot of aspects to public relations. I think a lot of people, I think I myself included, didn't really see it as a very big thing until I started studying it and started like working and self-building my PR on LinkedIn or something like that. So yeah, I think there are people quite curious how, if we want to buy a book, where do we get it?
Okay, so this book is available at Shopee. I was told by the publisher that the students can buy it from the Shopee app itself, and they have a 15% discount right now.
Wow.
And also a 10 ringgit additional discount. It can be in Gerak Budaya, one of the shops that sells books. So mainly, if you have any queries on this, can always look for Sunway University Press, and they will advise you on where to get the book. And it's a hardcover book.
Well, hardcover, guys, not very cheap. See the people in the chat are like, woohoo!
Affordable. It's affordable for students.
Yeah.
Because right now, a meal that you have right now is almost 50 ringgit a meal, Beverly. After the 15% discount, it's actually 70 plus.
Wow.
70.
Very worth, guys, to know more about public relations in Malaysia. Like what Dr. Kat said, there's not a lot of sources, references and citation places from localized sources lah. So give it a try, go and buy it. Someone says they will definitely buy in the chat. Wow. Okay, let's do some personal reflection. So as you mentioned, you've been working for 24 years, 23 years
24
teaching?
years, yeah.
24 years. What keeps you passionate about communication and education after so long?
It's like building up a new generation of communicators and public relation practitioners. It's always fun to have newer generations to join in the field, and they have a lot of new things creatively, create something that is to this profession which looks very old, because right now some people would say they wouldn't want to use the word public relations, but you can use any other names as long as you are building good relationship, beneficial relationship. I always said lifelong learning things. As a lecturer, yes, you guide the newer generation, build talents, but sometimes we also learn from our students. So when I teach public relation, I felt that in some of the courses, my student teaching me new app, like I learned how to use Snapchat from my students. I learned how to do Insta from my students, though I still stick back with my Facebook, but I still think that the passion that I have for teaching, research, and building talents for the next generation.
All right. What advice would you give to communication students who are looking to build a meaningful career in public relations or media or communications?
I would say that be brave, be someone who can jump out of their comfort zone. Don't try to be just whatever, just looking at the grades, but sometimes the benefits that you can gain through peers. Come for classes, read more books, read more news articles. It can be not just newspaper, it can be just posting on the social media. But I would say that trying to open up yourself to more sources of information, talk to the lecturers, talk to your friends, enjoy your university life. So I would say, even though maybe later on after your bachelor degree for communication, you don't want to be in the communication field, but if that skill sticks with you, interpersonal skills, communication skills, if you look at all the ads or classifieds of any jobs, they look at interpersonal skills. They look at good communication skills. So these are something that you can learn from it right now if you're in the communication degree. So these are things that you can take first-hand understanding and learning process from your lecturers that will share with you all the different kind of industries, issues and cases. And with that, you're able to be a better career for you in whatever is in the industry, no matter whether it's just to do with communication or another field or other position.
I see. Last question, since we have to wrap up soon. If you could give yourself if you could give your younger self one piece of advice, what would it be?
I sort of think about this, and I would say that take risks. Okay,
Take risks.
Take risks. I would say myself, I'm a very conventional person. I seldom take very risky things. But if I would go back and tell myself that, please take risks. That risk, if you fall and you trip, you actually have a lesson learned. So I would say take risks, then you were able to grow further.
Okay. Wow, I'll take that to heart, listeners. Take risks, okay? All right, so that brings us to the end of today's Sunway Profile segment on Fillet O Friday here on Sun4U Radio. Huge thank you to Dr. Catherine Lee for sharing her insights, experiences, and wisdom with us. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Joy. Right?
Yes, Joy.
Yeah, Joy.
Yeah,
thank
no
you,
problem.
and you're a great MC. And
Oh,
host.
no, thank you. It's been such an inspiring conversation. I hope to invite you again. Hopefully Eunice, our station manager, she's showing me a heart shape already. All right, to
Thank
listeners
you.
out there, whether you're figuring out your path, listeners chasing your own goals, remember, standing out starts with showing up, and take risks, like what Dr. Catherine Lee gave the advice for. Until next time, stay bold, stay curious, and keep the mic on. So this is Joy. Don't go anywhere. We're going for a short break.
She got a body like a goddess, and she talks so sweet. It's like I can't believe I'm the one that she wanted. And if I'm really being honest, I know I could be everything she needs if she let me get on it. Yeah. So come here, baby, listen close, hold me tight, don't let me go. Girl, you know that I want you all my life. But I got so
And now, guys, just listen the scene, okay? You've just opened your laptop and it's enrollment day. And the clock hits at 10 a.m. or sometimes at 2 p.m. You're ready to go. You click the login button and bam! System crash. I mean, it's normal. Sounds familiar, right? Yeah, we have all been there in that situation. Between the Moodle traffic jams, iZone freezing in mid-click, and your Wi-Fi turning into a snail, it's like the entire universe is conspiring against you. It's a race against time, and yet the only thing moving fast is your heart rate. But that's not even the worst part. Some of us are staring at our subject list thinking that, oh my god, what does event management doing here? Like, I'm from communication department. Or should I take the Monday 8 a.m. class? I have to wake up early. I want to search parking. Oh my god, so much of things running in your mind. And that's how. Good afternoon, Sunwayans, and welcome back to another episode of Hallway Debates, and where we dive into the everyday ups and downs and dramas of student life here at Sunway University. I'm Jay, your host for this segment, and you know what are we going to talk about? It's about enrollment chaos. That's right. We are talking about that one stressful ritual and yet an important one that comes with every new semester. So, what's the deal? Like, what does enrollment always feel like the Hunger Games? Well, to be fair, Sunway system is handling a huge number of students logging in at the same time, which naturally causes the lag and crashes. And as for the subject confusions, we get it. The course structures, like sometimes you know like what to pick, but when you get into the iZone, you're like, oh my god, there are a lot of subjects you don't know what to pick. Especially for freshmen and those in the elective limbo. Not to mention, everyone wants the perfect timetable, talking about there's no 8 a.m. classes, long lunch breaks, and no classes on Fridays. This is my favorite part. Basically, we are all trying to win the same game with limited seats. Alright, now that we have screamed into the void a little, let's share some actual survival tips for the next round of enrollment. Maybe for the next semester. Use these tips for your next semester in order to avoid this little chaos. Number 1, plan ahead. Talk to your seniors and look at the course outlines and shortlist your subjects. Choose what subjects you're going to take. And next, use multiple devices where one with a strong Wi-Fi and another device that supports your mobile data as a backup. Third, screenshot your planned timetable so you don't panic or forget everything. And fourth, the important one, stay calm during the progress. If you miss a slot, don't worry, keep refreshing, because there will be some time that some students will drop the subject, so you'll get a slot to get in. So every time, keep an eye on the iZone, and you'll have like a certain period of time to add or drop subjects. So always keep yourself updated. And hey, if it really goes sideways, remember, you can always reach out to your admin or your program leader or program coordinator. So don't suffer in silence. Guys, enrollment season may always be chaotic, but you're not alone in the struggle. Whether you have cried, raged, or you just sat staring at the spinning loading screen like we have all been there in the situation. And that's all from now, guys. Sunwayans, good luck with your future enrollment. May your Wi-Fi be strong and your tutorial slots be free. Until next time, I'm Jay, and you've been listening to Hallway Debates. Stay safe, stay calm, and keep updated with your next enrollment session. Bye.
my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in the cradles, profanities. I see the world through eyes covered in ink and bleach. Cross out the ones who heard my cries and watched me weep. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush. Take my eyes open to force reality. Why can't you just let me eat my weight in glee? I live inside my own world of make-believe.
Hello and good afternoon, Sunway. You are listening to Fillet O Friday only on Sun4U Radio, the brightest campus radio. Hi guys, it's Eunice here, and the show you are tuning in is Hot Take Highway, where I bring you the fastest and freshest campus news ride with no speed limits, and I'm your host Eunice. So yeah, you're listening to Fillet O Friday. Okay, so for the first news, we have the sports unit at Student Life is looking for competitive badminton players to join Team Sunway for the upcoming varsity badminton tournament. So if you are interested, badminton trial session will be held at the USJ 23 Badminton Center on the 3rd and 5th of June from 7 to 9 p.m. You can find more info over on our highway highlight on Instagram at Sun4U_official. Next up, as part of the prestigious Sunway Business School Embassy series, there is going to be a visit to the Embassy of Japan in Malaysia. So join an exclusive learning journey on the 17th of June, open to students, alumni, and lecturers from Sunway University and College. For more details and the registration link, you can find it on our highway highlight on our Instagram. Following up, here's an important announcement for those staying at Sun4U apartment. So please be aware that there will be upgrading works on the perimeter wall facing the PSJ 11/7 park. If this sounds confusing, we have an image explaining the phases and area affected over on the highway highlight on our Instagram. A hearty congratulations to Sunway swimming team, yay! Who certainly made a splash at the varsity swimming championship. You've brought home medals, but more than that, you've worked hard and made us all incredibly proud. Cheers, and here's to your success. In and out of water. Okay, and next up we have, so if you are a clinical researcher, healthcare professional, ethics committee member, or a medical or postgrad student in the life sciences seeking GCP certification, listen up. Sunway Biofunctional Molecules Discovery Center and the Sir Geoffrey Chia Sunway Medical School, in collaboration with the Sunway Clinical Research Center, are excited to launch the first ever Good Clinical Practice Workshop at Sunway University, which will be happening on the 16th and 18th of June. Limited seats are available, so if you are interested in learning from experts and gaining critical knowledge in a dynamic academic setting, don't hesitate to sign up. There will be 2 days of engaging online learning, and on day 3, interactive in-person lectures and the GCP certification exam. For more details, you can find it out on our highway highlight on our Instagram. Okay guys, so get ready for an adrenaline-packed evening of lacrosse. led by trained coaches from the Malaysia Lacrosse Association in collaboration with the Sunway Sports Council. It's sure to be an incredible, exciting evening, open to all Sunway students on Thursday, June 12 from 6 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. at the Sunway University football field. And the best part is it's absolutely free of charge. So come on down, try it, play it, and we know you'll love it. If you want more info or the registration link, visit the highway highlight on our Instagram at Sun4U Official. Is there more to a movie than what meets the eye? How do shapes, colors, and movements on screen influence us? This workshop, supported by the Faculty of Arts and Social Sciences of Sunway University, encourages audiences to develop an active film watching experience by sharing some of the basics of cinema language. Happening at Lecture Theatre 7, Sunway University from 2 to 4 p.m. on the 31st of May. Students get a discounted ticket price of only 20 ringgit. So it's happening on tomorrow. So grab your tickets now, and the workshop will be led by Andy Darrell Gomes, a Malaysian director, writer, actor, and educator in theatre and film. To see the full poster and for the registration link, visit our highway highlight only on our Instagram. Less judgment, more kindness. Everyone deserves to be seen. The counseling and wellness team's latest blog post invites readers to reflect on the subtle ways we judge and exclude others, often without realizing it. Drawing on the pressure of university life, it explores how quick assumptions based on how someone looks, behaves, or fits into a group can create invisible barriers. You can find the blog post linked on our highway highlight only on our Instagram. So here's Hot Take Highway, and you are tuning in to Fillet O Friday on Sun4U Radio, and Hot Take Highway is where I bring you the fastest and freshest campus news right with no speed limits. I'm your host Eunice, and please tune in, don't go away, we are going on a short break.
Some days I feel skinnier than all the other days. Sometimes I can't tell if my body belongs to me. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush. And hold your breath and feel the tension. Devils hide behind redemption. Honesty is a one-way gate to hell. I wanna taste consumption. Breathe faster to waste oxygen. Hear the children sing aloud. It's music till the wick burns out. Just tripping on day. Dreams got dirty little lullabies playing on repeat. She got a body like a goddess, and she talks so sweet. It's like I can't believe I'm the one that she wanted. And if I'm really being honest, I know I could be was left to do except for falling in love with you. So I'ma let you keep me up another time. But please don't stay the night. Don't try to change my mind. Baby, please don't stay the night. I must do what's right. Don't make me ask you twice. Oh, don't stay the night. Don't try to turn it to a fight. You know I love you by my side. Just don't stay the night. I must do what's right. I'm done being polite. Oh, don't stay the night. She'll always find a way around it. I thought she'd be gone, but when I woke up in the morning, she was laying beside me. She know what she wanted. I can never turn her down. Oh, I probably should have kicked her out by now. But you're the finest of them all. Make me lose my self-control. All I wanna do is make you feel alright. You drive me crazy, turn me on, and that's the reason I'ma let you go. Cause you and I both know that we can't keep it quiet. So please don't stay the night. Don't try to change my mind. Please don't stay the night.
Hey friends, welcome back to Behind Closed Tabs, your favorite campus radio show where we break the silence around sex education with facts, not fear, yeah? I'm your host RJKK, and we have our ever gorgeous.
Hi guys, I'm Eunice.
Hi Eunice! And today we are diving into a topic that's often brushed aside, misunderstood, or made to feel taboo. Because pleasure isn't shameful, it's part of sexual health, self-knowledge, and empowerment. Pleasure. Yep, sexual pleasure.
Why do I get embarrassed when you're talking about sexual pleasure? Okay.
That's what most of them get. But
Yeah.
yeah, let's be real here, Eunice. And
Okay.
when most people talk about sex education, right, it's usually all about the risk, pregnancy, STIs, or what not to do. Even we spoke about all this before.
Yeah.
But here's the truth. Sexual pleasure is an essential part of human sexuality and well-being. Do you agree with me?
Yes, I agree.
Yeah? And
Re-
ignoring it only... You don't ignore it, And
yes, yes.
ignoring it only feeds shame, stigma, and misinformation. So, do you know what are we diving into today? Any idea?
Sexual pleasure.
Okay. Alright,
I
that's
really feel
cool.
embarrassed saying that
Yeah.
word. Oh my god.
Don't be,
Okay.
don't be. Come on, say it. Sexual pleasure. Go ahead. 3, 2, 1.
Sexual pleasure. Okay, let's go.
Okay, let's go. So today we are going to talk about what pleasure really means, why it's not selfish or shameful, or how to understand your own body, and also how pleasure and consent go hand in hand. You know, consent always comes along.
Yes,
Yeah.
everything. Yeah, we need to take in concern. You know.
Yep. It's been like, we had actually, for whoever's listening for the first time, we had like a previous episode on consent alone. So feel
Yes.
free to go and check out our previous episodes on YouTube.
On YouTube, yeah, just
And
a
also
live
like,
session.
yeah.
Yes.
And please follow our social media accounts, IG. Yep. So
Yep,
Sun4U
Sun4U official.
Yeah. And let's go. What is pleasure really?
How do you define pleasure? KK.
You know, in my opinion, right, I feel pleasure is about what feels good,
Mhm.
safe, and enjoyable. You can enjoy the process. Physically, I mean, yeah.
Okay.
And
And
not
mentally
only-
also.
Yeah. I was
Why are you exaggerating on the physically only?
because it should be feeling so good, you know, like at a
Okay.
point, yeah.
Okay.
and also, yeah, obviously the emotional engagement and also the mental engagement, as you said, because it's not just orgasm in my point of view. It's more of
Mhm.
a comfort, the intimacy, and the closeness and connection one should have.
Yes. I agree. For me, pleasure is like I agree with you.
All right.
It's something that feels good and also physically and mentally. Okay?
mentally, yeah, okay, emotionally, the
Yeah,
emotional
yes,
connection matters.
If I'm not Yeah, okay. So,
Yeah.
according to the World Health Organization, which is WHO, sexual health is defined not just as the absence of disease, but as a state of physical, emotional, mental, and social well being in relation to sexuality.
Wow.
And yes, that includes pleasure.
Look at that. Even WHO approves, yeah.
Yeah, so
So
sexual pleasure is.
something prominent in
Yeah.
the society, I guess. Like people who are shying away or like feeling
Yeah,
that
like
it's
me
taboo
just
topic.
now.
Yeah. All right, just chill. And honestly, if sex education doesn't include pleasure, right, it's incomplete. Sex education has to include the sexual pleasure. That's like one of the most prominent part, the
Mm.
pleasure project.
Yes.
And pleasure isn't just for one gender. There's like this one big
yeah, I
myth
think
out there.
it's a
yeah.
stereotype actually.
Yeah, it's a
I always heard that men get.
pardon my language. Pardon my language. Sexual pleasure, like this myth, right? That is this one stupid stereotype. I feel. What do you think?
Yes, I also heard it very much
Yeah,
about like male getting
Yeah.
the orgasm
yeah,
much more than compared to women.
yeah. That's this biggest myth and the biggest lie that we've ever told when we were growing up. And even that pleasure is mostly about men, especially in heterosexual sex, this and that, blah blah blah. All these are just myth because in a 2017 study by the Journal of Sex and Marital Therapy, right, they found that only 65% of women in heterosexual relationships report always or usually orgasming during sex compared to 95% of men. So there is this pleasure gap,
Yes.
Women do feel sexual pleasure as well. And
But it's still shown in the TV,
Yeah.
like only men gets to enjoy the process, and
yep,
I don't know.
I think yeah, I understood where you're coming from. Like I think we should break those myths in sense that you see, like that's being biased. Like even in
Yeah.
the social setting, like even in a social platform like a television, right?
Mm.
Even they are showing in such ways which we feel like
You just
I
need to
don't
break
know.
the patriarchy, I think.
yeah, that's more of a patriarchal society that we are in right now. Yeah.
Yes.
And this doesn't mean women are harder to please. Yeah, it means that the education, conversation, and attention to their needs are often missing indeed.
Yes.
So there are certain ways to.
Do you agree? Do you agree
yeah,
to
I
this?
agree. I agree because
Like
yeah,
last time, men are just men.
yeah, men being men, like I agree. I
men
agree.
have their
yeah.
big ego and their
Sometimes I feel ashamed about it. Yeah, but yeah, carry on, yeah. No, ashamed in sense that like we don't acknowledge the other genders or the other parties' sexual pleasure equally. Yep, since they need it.
Oh, we have a question from the live chat. So,
Okay.
how can couples communicate openly and comfortably about what brings them sexual pleasure, especially if they are shy like me or
Okay.
unsure of how to start the conversation?
Okay. Honestly, right, I was saving this topic for next week. But yeah, let's answer a bit on it. Like
Give them a little
yeah,
bit. Yeah.
like communicating openly, right? Like okay, how do they do it? Like once you're getting into a relationship, in a healthy relationship, I'm talking about, like
Mhm.
with the right person, with the right time and all. So you have to. You
Wait,
don't.
off topic a bit.
Yeah. Okay.
You believe in right person, right time?
If that's the person that you're gonna have a physical intimacy, like what we used to talk about like 2 weeks back, right? Like you are okay, you are mentally prepared and ready to dive into this sexual world. I mean, like sexual relationship.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's what I'm talking about, the right person, right time. I
Okay.
know where you're coming from. You don't
Okay.
agree, right? Yeah. Okay. Alright. Okay.
Okay, continue.
So yeah, so I think like you can it's not awkward to talk about sexual pleasure or sexual relationship to your partner, since if you don't feel the pleasure, you have to highlight it, because
Yes.
I think most of the affairs around are happening due to the lack of sexual pleasure
Communication.
and communication.
Yeah.
Like most of the time, you know why? Because sometimes the rest would be looking fine, looking cool, but the sexual part might be terrible in their opinion.
Yeah.
So I feel that they should talk about it, and even if you don't
be more
feel-
open about it.
yeah, be more open about it in sense that
Yeah.
you try
Don't
to
be shy, guys.
Yeah.
It's okay to talk about this.
Exactly.
We are adults.
try to approach in an intellectual way. I believe, like maybe just sit and have a proper talk, like an emotional conversation.
Yeah. Just open up yourself
Yeah.
and just talk.
Make it funny though, like a funny approach would do. Yeah, a funny approach would do to open up the sexual pleasure though. Yep. And Also, just talking about, I hope that answered the question though. Yeah, I hope that answered the questions actually. Like
Yeah.
what I wouldn't mention the name. It's anonymous.
Okay.
So yep. So let's talk more about this communication part next week. Yeah, please stay tuned next week, Friday 1:15 p.m. All right.
With me and KK.
Yeah, and also like that's why talking about what is this? We call it the clitoral stimulation. Clitoral stimulation, you know what is that, right? And foreplay and the communication, all these matters actually. Since shame has no place in pleasure, as what we were answering them.
Yep.
In many cultures, right, talking about pleasure is seen as a dirty or improper, especially for women or queer people. Do you agree with this?
I don't think women are allowed to speak about their pleasure, you know.
Yeah, but they should be. They
Yeah,
should be allowed.
they have the rights though, you know.
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
voice it out. Hey, you are not making it right. You're not. I don't feel it, man. Just go and shoot them out. Let them figure out a way to please you. Yeah, that's the responsibility both the parties should take on their shoulders, I believe. Yeah. But let's be clear, yeah. Everyone deserves to feel good in their bodies though. So
yes, I agree.
yeah, shouldn't be feeling shame about something natural can lead to guilt.
So either you are women or just queer people,
Yeah.
just speak it out.
Just feel comfortable in your own bodies. Just try to have like a healthy conversation.
Yes.
Because the communicating part, we will further talk about it next week. But yeah, so something.
But don't straight out insult people, you know.
Yeah.
Don't straight out insult people when you are communicating.
Yeah. I mean, you shouldn't be insulting people. Yeah, but then yeah, that's why I'm trying to say that we have a way to come up with it. Like like a proper civilized manner, in a civilized manner. I'm talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, so not like KK just now, okay?
Hey.
Go.
No. Okay. JK.
Okay.
Yeah, but then it's sometimes good to shoot also lah. Shoot directly, like rather than beating around the bush. I feel.
Yeah.
But yeah, and pleasure is actually means being in tune with yourself and exploring your boundaries, knowing what you like, what you don't like, whether with a partner or even solo sexual pleasure. Masturbation.
Yes.
Yep. We have talked about masturbation in the first episode, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, we did.
Reminding you guys again, go
You
and
can
listen to
just
our
go
previous
tune in.
episodes.
Yeah.
All right. So
Okay, so as sex educator Emily Nagoski says, pleasure is the measure of sexual well-being, not performance.
look at that. Yeah.
I think this is like
I
a stereotypical, like when it comes to having sex, they will be like, I need to be perfect. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If
I
you love
understand.
the person enough, I need to have a perfect sex.
I
with
think
them.
we struck this conversation last week, right? You remember we were talking about
Yes.
this, like you have to be perfect, right?
Oh,
no,
it's
no.
not a performance, guys.
Yeah, come on, not the performance. It's about sexual well-being. As long as you
Yeah.
enjoy the process,
Yes.
and consent and pleasure go together as well. There's no real pleasure without freely given, enthusiastic consent. Yep.
Yeah.
agree?
Okay, we have a
Yeah.
question coming on.
Alright. Come
What
on, let's throw more
role-
questions. Yeah.
What role does self-exploration play in understanding sexual pleasure? How does it help build healthier sexual relationships?
Okay. What role does self-exploration play? Yep. If you understand, like in sense
Definitely an important
that,
role.
yeah.
From
What do you think about this statement here? Because I feel that self-exploration is the key in order to understand your own
Sexual
sexual
pleasure.
pleasure
Yes,
and
yes.
sexual relationship
So
without
these two-
knowing your
these two are like super connected.
Yep.
You need to like know the first one and then only you can move on the second
Exactly.
one. You know what
I agree. Like that's the first step, because I don't think that it's not like I don't think. As a matter of fact, right? It's not same for everyone. It's never the same. It's never a uniform, or it's not like, okay, I'm feeling this way, so you should be feeling this way if I do it this way. No, that doesn't work
Yeah.
that way. There's varieties, man. Like look at the, how to say, like number of positions, number of ways to masturbate, even like
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Just
yeah.
explore first and then
Yeah.
only open to
The relationships I'm
yeah.
talking about. Yeah, like you
Yes.
have to know your own
you need to understand your body
pleasure.
first. Only
Yeah.
if you don't know what you want, how
Yeah.
do people know what you want?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree.
yeah.
How your body reacts to yourself, that matters first,
Yeah.
the solo thingy. Yep.
Yes. And how does it help build healthier sexual relationship?
Yeah. I think by self-exploring your own sexual pleasure, or understanding your sexual pleasure, that's where it builds a healthier sexual relationship, since you
Because
are
you guys know better.
Yeah.
No.
and you are able
each
to
other better.
communicate with a clarity, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You will be clear about what you need, what you don't need, kind of thing.
Yes.
Yep. So yeah, I feel that I hope that answered her question again, an anonymous. And yep, I think there's a lot of misinformation online as well. I mean, look at that. We have another.
Stereotypical.
Yeah.
How can uni students learn about sexual pleasure in a way that's safe, respectful, and based on consent?
Okay, another question from our listener here.
Okay.
So, honestly, right,
Mm.
uni students, the first step is, okay, you have to know about sexual education. Sex education is a must. So, knowing about sexual pleasure, right, in a way that's safe, respectful, and based on consent, honestly, I would say try to seek advice from professionals like Sunway University's Student Life Center.
Yeah.
Or even like we are organizing some sexual workshop. There's a workshop that's been organized by Sunway talking about respect the boundaries on
Oh,
sexual
yeah.
consent. You
about
remember
the-
that?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So I think like you have to attend those kind of workshops in order for you to get a clear understanding
Message, yeah.
about what is sexual pleasure, but also that's safe and respectful. Besides, individually, I feel that once in a while you can try to explore how your body reacts, like being solo, you know what I mean, in a very private and in a very confidential space I'm talking about. Yeah, so like that's where the safe, the consent, the respect, the all these understanding about
happens.
this whole thing, or how this
Yeah.
thing happens and all. I think that's where it happens. So yeah, self-discovery matters, as what we are about to say next, the solo pleasure. And masturbation is a normal thing. What do you think?
I agree. It's a healthy way to explore what brings you pleasure, and
I
in
agree.
fact,
Mhm.
understanding your own body can help improve communication in future relationship. As what we mentioned just
Yeah,
now.
we were having discussion about that like recently. And according to another facts here, another statistics here, according to 2021 study published in Archives of Sexual Behavior, about 78% of men and 61% of women report masturbating regularly, and those who do tend to report higher sexual satisfaction overall. So like, I think learning what feels good alone can help you set boundaries and preferences when you are with a partner.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
that's like
agree,
the
I
basic.
agree.
We are talking about the basic thing, If let's say we want to talk more about it, I think the time wouldn't allow. But there are a lot more levels and layers. How, like, for example, talking about each and everyone's personal preferences. Some preferences wouldn't match your partner. Your partner wouldn't like to do it, but you would
maybe
like
you
it.
won't
Yeah.
like it and they won't like
Yeah.
it.
So that kind of mutual understanding matters, and it comes in help actually.
you need to build a common understanding.
Yeah,
and a common
as
ground.
what we are talking about, right? Everyone's experience is different. Pleasure doesn't look the same for everyone. I think I've mentioned about this just now.
Yes.
Yep. Some people enjoy intense physical stimulation, whereas others might find emotional closeness more powerful. You understand the difference, right?
Yeah. Some.
Yeah.
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 Yes. I
you
understand.
you do agree, right? Like, come on, put it out. Put out your point as well.
Yeah, I agree. Like sometimes people like different. I think just
Yeah, like gentle touches.
preference. Yeah,
Yeah.
their personal preference.
And some people even they don't even prefer it's like they want a no sexual contact at all, and that's valid too.
yeah,
Like
I agree.
I mean, there's a term here, we call it softcore though. So that's
What is
valid as
that?
well.
Again?
Softcore, yeah.
Softcore.
Yeah,
Oh, softcore.
softcore, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So what matters is that you are listening to yourself. You have to acknowledge and you have to agree and admit to yourself. If it's not about comparing or copying porn, please don't copy porn.
Oh my god, please. That's so wrong.
Yeah, I think we have talked about this in a very serious tone, in a very, very stern manner in our first episode about pornography. So
Yeah.
please do not copy porn. Porn is not real. Porn is fantasy.
They are professionals.
Yeah,
Yeah.
most of it, not most of it. I think 90%, like 99.999% of it is fake.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not real. They don't meet your expectations. Okay.
Yep.
So any other questions you are getting from our live chat here?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. Thank you. They acknowledged our answer. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, if you want to learn more, right? I think before wrapping up, anything else you want to add up, Eunice?
I just want you guys to stay safe. Okay, and then
I
just
agree.
explore lah.
Yeah.
Okay, just open up for choices
Mm.
and then explore yourself first. Only
Mhm.
you open up to your partner.
I agree. Just like what our friend said, in a very safe, respectful.
Yeah,
and
whenever
consent based.
you are feeling safe,
Mhm.
only you do. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah. If you are not feeling safe at all, please just don't do it.
And it's
Just say no.
it's a very private thing, like, so please do not publicize your whatever sexual stuff that you are going around with. Please do not share it with the wrong person I'm talking about.
Yes.
So it's something confidential. If you find it hard to understand, right, please find professionals to advise you, or counselors, or even like your close ones. I think parents are one of the best examples who you could communicate actually.
Yes.
But sometimes I know some
Yeah,
parents
some-
are not, they don't allow you to have this kind of conversation.
this is taboo.
So if that kind of case, I think you can find either me or Eunice as well, like, so we can like help you out with certain things.
Yeah.
But normally we will refer you to our student life there,
Yes,
and
they
we'll
are the
arrange a
professionals.
counselor for you.
Yes.
Honestly, yeah. So you can find us at level 9 Sun4U Radio here.
Yep.
Yep. And shall we wrap it up,
Yep.
Eunice? Yep.
Sure.
All right. So pleasure is normal, important, and nothing to be ashamed of, and part of your sexual health.
Yes.
You deserve to know.
What feels good to you, and you deserve partners who care about that too.
I agree.
So, pleasure is not selfish, it's human. If you want to learn more, check out Planned Parenthood,
The Pleasure Project.
Scarleteen.
Yeah, Scarletin, we call it. Yeah, it's an online website. Yeah.
Or speak with the sexual health counselor on campus, Sunway University.
Yeah, we have mentioned about this just now. Just get to
Just
Sunway
get
University Student
help.
Life. Yeah,
Yep.
sexual health counselor. Yep.
If you need it, if you need help, just
Yeah.
get help. Okay, so you are
And-
listening to Sun4U Official on Fillet O Friday, Behind Closed Tabs, and I'm your host, Eunice.
And I'm
Along
your host, RJKK here. So until next week, stay safe, stay curious, and stay true to you. And stay tuned, guys. We have another episode coming up. And thank you for listening. Yep.
What's right? Never thought I'd believe in miracles. You made me realize that you're the only one. Don't need to tell me what the future holds. Oh, I'll be fine, 'cause we'll be laying in the sun. So you can let your hair down. I'll hide all of your worries away, and we don't have to go now. I wish I could live this life on replay. Don't need to make plans, it's all in your hands. I'm too busy, I'm spending all my time with you. Driving through the states, don't know what awaits. It don't matter, I'm spending all my time with you. I'm spending all my time. I'm spending all my time with you. Oh, I'm spending all my time. I'm spending all my time with you. I've seen your smile light up the darkest rooms. I'll put your love on top, 'cause I know you will too. You get more beautiful like flowers bloom. I've never felt this yet, it feels like deja vu. So you can let your hair down. I'll hide all of your worries away, and we don't have to go now. I wish I could live this life on replay. Don't need to make, so you can let your hair down. I'll hide all of my worries away, and we don't have to go now. I wish I could live this life on replay. Don't need to make plans, it's all in your hands. I'm too busy, I'm spending all my time with you. Driving through the states, don't know what awaits. It don't matter, I'm spending all my time with you. I'm spending all my time.
Hello, you're listening to Fillet O Friday here on Sun4U Radio. And this week, I'm Jin, by the way, your host, and today we are bringing to you a new segment that I like to call Panasla. So essentially what this segment is, a guest or maybe a staff member will give us a hot take.
Yes.
Oh yes, folks, sorry, Eunice is also here.
Hi.
Well, I was gonna introduce her later, but she cut it short for me.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, Eunice is here. So anyway, basically this segment is someone will give us a hot take and explain why and sort of normally they will explain why they hold that opinion, and then we as hosts have to decide whether that take is panas by saying either it is pedas gila or just original.
Okay.
Easy?
Yes.
Alright, so now this week we have a hot take from our previous guest, Joshua. Now Joshua left us with this hot take, so here he goes. There should be a dress code for universities in Malaysia. Ooh. So, what do you think, Eunice?
I disagree.
You disagree? What,
Yes.
immediately?
Yes.
No dress code?
Yes.
Why?
Because preferences. Personal preference.
Personal preference. Okay, now actually, honestly, I actually quite like this one. I like this one. I
Why?
think...
Because you are lazy.
No. Listen. I think... Okay. Maybe it should be the... Okay, I think, it's again the local universities in Malaysia, the government ones, they actually do have dress codes.
For university?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, the local use, the government use.
Like long pants and then no
Yeah,
shorts.
I think there is something like it's not like a uniform per se, but it's like a sort of like just a guide as to what to wear. But I think it's fair though if they're all uni striped, because sometimes honestly when I look around uni, you see some people wear certain clothing and you're thinking, oh my god, they don't look like students, you know.
This is art, you know.
No, but the thing is, okay, you are coming to university to study. It's an
Yeah.
educational institution.
Okay.
Shouldn't you have respect for the institution and dress appropriately for the occasion, which is just going to class?
But they want to feel confident, what?
Yes, confident. That is one part, being confident, but also appropriateness. Gotta be appropriate. You're
Maybe they think that is their own meaning, the definition of appropriate.
Well, then that means their definition is wrong. Then, so simple.
No, because like just going to school, like we are not like middle school already, what? So
Yeah, I understand that. Okay, like for most of us, if you go to normal schools and not private schools, you would have been wearing uniform your whole life, lah. So I understand why in university, college, you want to have the freedom to wear what you want.
yes.
But I'm not saying you cannot wear what you want. Just that there should be some kind of guide to it, like maybe at least t-shirt.
Okay, I think that's another topic, but I think no need to have a dress code.
No idea. But it has to be. I think there should be something. Should be like at least t-shirt and long pants like that. No, it's fair. Like no slippers. You know that. I think that's fair.
No slippers.
Yeah, no slippers.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
it cannot be too comfortable also sometimes. Why can be so comfortable? You're coming to learn, you know, not your house, you know.
Have you worn slippers?
Never.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, exactly. See,
But I
look.
can get the feel, you know, like sometimes I feel like I'm wanting to wear slippers,
Yeah,
but
that's because you're lazy.
yeah lah. I mean, I'm lazy sometimes, but I still wear shoes.
Yeah, so because I think that's appropriate, you know. You gotta dress appropriately. But I know you like Eunice, you like to. I feel
What?
like every day I see you with different outfit on, so
Yeah.
you like to explore the fashion. So I understand that part, but at least you dress appropriately most of the time.
What do you mean most of the time? Oh my god.
Yeah, most of the time, yeah.
No, I dress appropriately every time.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
I'm happy you believe that, but I think.
Okay, move on. Let's go.
Okay, fine, never mind. Right, so since this is the first week, I think I have a second opinion lah. I think this is
Okay.
also from Joshua for some reason.
Okay.
Yeah, he gave me 2, so I thought I'll do it over 2 weeks, but I guess today's special since it's first show, so can. So this is what Joshua says. Joshua says a first date should not be at a mamak.
Why? Wait, I'm asking out of curiosity. Why?
Are you asking me?
Yes.
It's not my opinion. What?
Oh, so Joshua, why?
Yeah. Okay.
What else?
This
First
one.
date
I mean,
shouldn't be at a mama.
yeah, the first date shouldn't be at a mamak.
What if I'm someone that is, mama is affordable for me?
Yeah, I
I
think
cannot
that's
go
fair.
to those fancy restaurant.
Yeah,
Then how?
no, there was a case where, like, if I'm not mistaken, there was I saw this online. I saw it on Instagram. Like, there was a girl that like was very unhappy that their first date was at a mamak, so she like just decided to.
Are you meeting the girl first time?
Yeah, it's first date, man. It's called.
No, because sometimes it's like you become friends to lovers. So maybe The friend don't care so much.
Yeah,
you know what
you
I mean?
you friends too. Okay. Yeah, okay, that's a different story lah. But let's just say in this
If
scenario.
you're meeting the girl first time and then
Yeah,
you're
let's just say
taking her to
the scenario is you meet a girl.
Well,
for
then
the
I think
first-
cannot lah.
cannot.
For
Ah?
me, I think
Why
you can.
cannot? I think okay ah.
I don't think it's okay.
think it's okay.
Mama is like so crowded. You cannot speak. Like everybody is speaking at the same time. You know what I mean? I think if you're on the first date, you guys need to
That's a very
know each other more and then have a close space. Also safe space. You know what I mean?
yeah, I know,
Like
but
just you two.
I feel like wait. Yeah, so you're saying it's just noisy.
Yeah. And also the
okay. I thought you mean something else. Never mind.
what?
I don't know. I thought for you the standard too low or something.
No, I mean the environment. You know what I mean?
Environment.
Yeah.
Oh.
If no. And yeah.
Okay. So if someone asks you first date to mama, you're okay lah.
If my friend.
Not your friend, someone you don't know.
No, I'm not
No.
okay.
You say all that then suddenly no. Okay.
No, I don't know them.
Okay, never mind. Fine.
Yeah.
But for me, I think okay lah. I think it's
So
fine.
you will go to a mama if a girl asks you?
If a girl asks me,
Yeah, on the
sure.
first date.
If they ask me, sure. But I think that's the expectation. Normally, is the guy to ask, and if I feel like if the guy asks, they'll definitely be very like, ooh. But if a girl asks, I think different story. No, I would.
Oh, you will go?
Yeah, I love my marks.
I love mamaks too. There's no.
Yeah, that's why. So I will go lah. Well, then I will
No,
go.
my love for mamak is also there, but I just feel like it's not the appropriate first date.
Oh, now
place.
now that one not appropriate. But then you can dress like anything to uni. Okay, can.
Oh my god.
Alright, so Eunice, do you think so? On the first opinion, do you think about the dress code? Do you think it's pedas gila or just original? You think on the scale of like how hot is it? That opinion.
But that's gila is what?
That's like it's like a really out there one. Like wow, like no one will agree with it. Very unpopular opinion. What do you think? Pedas gila?
Just pedas. Okay, pedas.
Just pedas, just regular pedas.
For me, it's pedas lah. I don't know. I think for you is maybe.
I think that's original for me.
Mm,
The second one though, I think is a bit pedas, a bit spicy. You know.
Same.
Yeah. But again, I disagree with both. Actually, kind of funny. No, I agree with one. I disagree with the other. Wait, no, what?
Oh, you disagree the appropriate outfit?
No. Yeah, I agree with I agree with the outfit, but oh no, I agree with both. Then wait, yeah. Okay, never mind.
I don't know.
All right. Anyway, that is all for Panas lah this week. Thank you, Eunice, for your very interesting
you see, guys,
opinions.
he's sounding sarcastic again.
Why? What? What do you mean I'm sounding sarcastic?
Yeah.
I'm so genuine. I'm
okay.
a very genuine person if you meet me, if you know me.
I have no comments, guys.
All right, that is all for our segment. Stay tuned for more after this break.
inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in the cradles, profanities. I see the world through ice covered in ink and bleach. Cross out the ones who heard my cries and watched me weep. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush. Take my eyes open to force reality. Why can't you just let me eat my weight in glee? I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in their cradles, profanities. Some days I feel skinnier than all the other days. Sometimes I can't tell if my body belongs to me. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush. Hold your breath and feel the tension. Devils hide behind redemption. Honesty is a one-way gate to hell. I wanna taste consumption. Breathe faster to waste oxygen. Hear the children sing aloud. It's music till the wick burns out. Be carefree lately, yeah. Just kicking up daisies. Got one too many quarters in my pockets. Count 'em like the four-leaf clovers in my locket. Untied laces, yeah. Just tripping on daydreams. Got dirty little lullabies playing.
Give it time. I know that I'm not easy. This cold heart of mine, she really took a beating before you. You stuck through blizzards, winter nights with you. Now I'm blooming just for you. For you, there's nothing I wouldn't do. 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 For you, for you, for you, for you, for
Looking at me with your eyes.
Okay, guys, that is all for this week's broadcast. Tune in next week to feast on more talks, giggles, and music here at Fillet O Friday on Sun4U Radio. Be sure to follow us on Instagram and YouTube at Sun4U Official for more content such as this. And with that, have a nice day, everyone, and goodbye.
I get a hint of the perfume that I like. Wear it like a disguise. I come around with the perfect alibi. Midnight, pouring my heart out like it's water. Tick-tock, you know this night ain't getting younger. Feels like chasing a star up and down in the sky. I can't get enough of sweet, sweet loving like we're just a couple bees, please. I'm glued to you, honey, like leave me, and I'll be sticking to you. I'm glued to you, honey. I'm glued to you, honey. Hey. Ooh, ah, ooh, I'm glued to you, honey, like ooh, ah, ooh, I'm glued to you, honey, like. I'm walking around with a smile. You got me feeling like curfew after 9. Yeah. You're tearing it up with the style. You got me living a brand new kind of life. At midnight, pouring my heart out like it's water. Tick-tock, you know this night ain't getting younger. Feels like chasing a star up and down in the sky.